Hello, it's Stephen. Welcome back to the channel. While I was still running my financial planning business, I was getting an increasing number of inquiries about investing in crypto. I also recently met some people that invest in cryptocurrencies. I'm going to currencies, by the way, as crypto going forward. I just want to say up front that while crypto is not for me, it might be the right thing for you, but I do believe it's quite risky and perhaps unnecessary. So, my name is Steve, and I'm a retired financial professional. I want to share my knowledge and experience with you. Before I share my 8 reasons why I don't do crypto, let's define what crypto actually is. And I'll just read out here how Gemini defines it. Cryptocurrency is a digital or virtual money that uses encryption for security, operates on decentralized networks, and relies on blockchain technology like Bitcoin or Ethereum. The key features are its digital nature, so it exists purely as computer code with no physical notes or coins. Its decentralization, so it operates without central banks or government control. And cryptography, so it uses advanced math codes to secure the transactions. That's all we need to know. Look, we'll go deeper into that. So here are my 8 reasons. Number one. So first of all, crypto is many things, but one of them is that they're a currency. I say many things, so some people talk about tokenizations and other things, but it is a currency, I would say first and foremost. And currencies are notoriously difficult to predict their future price movements. And crypto is actually like even harder. There's no rhyme nor reason like why they would go up or down. And I believe most explanations for the price movements, and this is the case in many markets, by the way, most markets is ex post, in other words, after the fact. So you'll often look at a market and the next day commentators will come up with reasons. If you're actually sitting in the market, it's not really clear what the hell's going on anyway. So there's no real reason to predict pricing markets in cryptocurrency. And people that are, I think, are kidding themselves. Number two, unlike shares, which have dividends, or currencies, actual currencies where you can earn interest, crypto just sits there. So, yeah, dividends or earnings at least in shares. In that sense, it's more like a commodity like gold or silver. It just sits there doing nothing. So it doesn't really add anything to your portfolio. And it's just really treated just as a store of value. So I think that's a real negative. Number three, crypto tends to be favored by the criminal classes. And I think this is because it's untraceable. And therefore, it's very much subject to scams and frauds. So the market attracts criminals, fake platforms, and irreversible fraudulent transactions. So that makes it quite dangerous in my view. Number four, if you forget your password or lose it, you lose your money. You might have heard of the chap whose girlfriend, I think, actually accidentally threw out his computer, and that had many millions of dollars on it. I think he tried to sue the council to empty the entire tip because it was a lot of money, apparently. So yeah, hacks and lost access, losing a private wallet key or facing an exchange failure means permanent loss of your crypto, your money, asset, with no bank insurance. Number five, now Warren Buffett. I don't know if you've heard of Warren Buffett. He's known as the Oracle of Omaha and arguably the most successful investor in modern history. He is not a big fan of crypto. He doesn't invest in it. Here's a couple of quotes from him about crypto. He said it's rat poison squared. Sounds really bad. And he said, if you offered me all the Bitcoin in the world for 25, I wouldn't take it. So from his point of view, it has a negative outlook. So he believes cryptocurrencies will likely meet a bad ending. He said there's a lack of value. He views crypto as a non-productive, speculative gamble rather than a currency or investment, noting it doesn't generate goods or cash flow. So we've sort of covered that already. And his investment preference, well, he prefers tangible assets like farmland or businesses over intangible, non-productive assets like Bitcoin. Number 6, high volatility. So the prices for these assets swing wildly up and down in short periods, making it more like speculation than stable investing, which is what it is. It's highly speculative. Number 7, unclear intrinsic value. So value relies purely on market demand and sentiment rather than the physical assets or the business operations. There's nothing to measure. So if you have a company, you can look at its profit. If you have cash, you can look at the interest rate that is being paid. But the actual establishing a value for a cryptocurrency is, well, how? And I have heard of certain ways of valuing them, but they all seem rather silly to me. And finally, number 8 is evolving rules. So government policy or tax law changes can negatively alter assets, values and access. And this is global. So I know that the US government has been treating cryptocurrencies well. It's quite favoured by the current government, and things like stable coins give you access to the US president, things like that. But if you're not in the US or government changes in the US, the rules can change, and you might be left in the lurch. I do know there's a lot of emphasis on, there's a big fund manager called BlackRock who has a exchange-traded fund in different cryptocurrencies, and a lot of people hang their weight on that. But really, they're just there to make a profit from you because they're going to make a fee, whatever happens, being a fund manager. So, yes, I just think cryptocurrency is not worth it. There are many other things you can do, but I do think there is a sort of a get-rich-quick mentality involved in the whole thing. So if you are going to do it, try and treat it as less than 5% of your portfolio at the very least, and treat it as like going to the races or a bet, because that's what it is. It's just pure speculation. Hopefully you'll pay heed to this. Perhaps I'm wrong. I don't think I am. So pretty confident about crypto being not for me anyway. So what do you think? Please let me know in the comments. I hope this will get a bit of reaction. And yes, I'll see you next time, and peace and love to you all.